Okay, right now what you are looking at is a scene from Standing Rock. Hello, my name is Erin Wise. I represent the Hickory Apache Nation and Laguna Pueblo. I am also the media coordinator for the International Indigenous Youth Council, and I want to share a bit about what we're doing. So I'm going to flip back around so you guys. Right now, this is a scene at Camp, the Ocheti Shikoing Camp. Everyone is out here today because we are fighting to protect the water. Out there beyond, you can see the Cannonball River that leads into Lake Oahe, and we are protecting the water for future generations. I'm here with two of my brothers. I'm going to introduce you to them now, and here we go. Hello, this is, can you introduce yourselves, guys?
Hello, my name is Daniel Grassrope. I'm from the Kuichashayate. I'm Kuichasha Lakota, and I'm also Hakpapa Lakota as well.
And my name is Tomas Lopez. I'm from Denver, Colorado. My mother is Waterwoman Sharon Dominguez, and my father is Chief Tomas Lopez Sr.
Okay, and can you tell us where we are right now?
Right now we are currently at right now we are currently at Standing Rock on the Ocheti Shakoi side of the river. We are here protecting our water, and we are here to make a statement to the indigenous people around the world to stand up for their sacred way of life.
Okay, and what is it that you're protecting today?
Today we are protecting our water, and and also with the water becomes our sacred lands. Our ancestral burial sites are buried, as you can see in the background. Their destruction all across from over here and beyond those hills are our ancestors' burial sites. Beyond our ancestors' graves beyond there, and the way the pipeline was, the path of the pipeline is through our ancestor burial sites, and we're here to protect that as well as the water.
Okay, and can you tell us why you're here protecting Tomas?
I came to Standing Rock to represent the Chicano people and the southern tribes of this hemisphere who are also indigenous to the Americas. Water is life, and that statement says a lot. A lot of these traditional ways center themselves around the water, and through that, the water is our life. So we're protecting both our sacred way of life and also from an environmental standpoint, we're protecting the earth, the fire, the four winds, and the earth.
Okay, and what form do these protections take in terms of action? Let us know what it is that, for everyone that isn't watching, what does it look like at an action?
So we've actually decided to remove the term action. Everything that we do here is in ceremony. We do everything out of prayer. Nothing is done in a malicious or a violent way. We ensure that just like when you go to Mass or when you go to church or when you go to the synagogue, you go in peace, you go as a humble person, you go in prayer. So we're asking that everybody please stop calling us protesters, please stop calling them actions, and please stop calling it the front lines, because we are not at war here. We are not here to hurt anybody. We are not here to instill fear in anybody's hearts. We are here to protect our Mother Earth. We are here to inspire the indigenous people of this hemisphere and the world.
Okay, from William Thompson, is the pipeline actually on reservation land?
With the current treaty, no, it isn't. But with the treaties back then, there was. Excuse me, I don't really know the history about the treaties and the exact year, but there were 3 treaties for sure. The first treaty,
1851, 1868, and 1869.
Okay, there you go. So the first treaty, we had a big land settlement, and then came another treaty, which made the land, or which created the land to be more smaller, and then another one following after that. So that split us up as a whole, so we weren't connected and united no more in the Lakota Nation, which is known as the Great Sioux Nation.
Okay, and why are officials breaking their treaties and getting away with it? That's coming from Teresa Stevens.
Teresa, treaties have been broken since the minute they were signed. They have never been honored, and it's time that the U.S. government start honoring those treaties. The reason why they were broken was because the U.S. government used many tactics to dehumanize the indigenous people of this hemisphere. If you dehumanize a group of people, you can do whatever you want to them. They treat us almost as if they treat the flocks of cows, just like they treat the flocks of pigs. And so So therefore, they felt that it was necessary to break those treaties.
Okay, and from Cassandra, she says, please, 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 we are with you. What can those of us who cannot be there physically do otherwise?
If you cannot come to Standing Rock, you can bring Standing Rock to you. You can create a Standing Rock in your backyard. You could find, up here we are protecting our water, and you can find ways to protect your water in your homeland, such as finding a current pipeline that's in your homeland, or also a lot of people have been withdrawing from their bank funds that help fund the Dakota Access Pipeline. You can close your bank account and you can help us that way as well. And also to remind people that we are in prayer, to whatever ceremonies you do in your hometown, to do in prayer and to stand in prayer.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. This one is from Chris Jones. Obama didn't mention this in his Thanksgiving address. Any comments on Obama's involvement or lack? Chris, I just want to say that President Obama has made a lot of commitments to indigenous communities that he has not upheld. I personally went to the White House last week to stand in front of the White House and beg him to come here and support our youth. Our youth are being targeted. Actually, at this very moment right now, they were arrested at the mall in Bismarck simply for showing up. And in protest of Black Friday. We're here, no Black Snake Friday. We want to encourage people to stand with us. And what it means to me that President Obama isn't here is that he does not honor his commitments. What it means to me is that he does not care about the people that he has made promises to. He told us that in 2014, when he came here to this very reservation, that he would stand with our people, and he has yet to do so. We are begging him to come. Our youth are being injured. Our mothers and fathers, our grandmothers, our children are being hurt, and Obama has not come. His involvement, he pardoned a turkey, but he won't pardon a people. I don't understand how that works. Next question. There has been unbelievable violence from the police towards the water protectors, so bad that Army vets have gone to Standing Rock to protect the Native Americans. How do you guys feel about having vets come here, and how do you feel about police brutality?
My father and my grandfather are American veterans. They put their lives on the line for this country. My father came to Standing Rock as soon as he saw the violence that erupted on Sunday night. It's an honor to be here with my father, who is in 82nd Airborne. It's an honor to stand here on behalf of my grandfather, who was in 82nd Airborne in World War II. Our vets are here to protect the American people. As far as brutality on behalf of the police, all I can do is pity them. I can only pity a person that can inflict that much pain on their brothers and sisters. We do not hold hatred in our hearts against these people. We forgive them.
Okay, and Alessandra said, tell the people all over the world what we can do for you.
Pray for us, please. Pray with us as well.
And David said, I'm proud to see a sign language component in your presentation because it's keeping us all informed. We just want to say, David, that we're here to represent all people, that this is an inclusive community, and though we may have presidential elects that want to stand against people that are different from himself, we here in Standing Rock care about our communities. We love everyone that we're with, and we all stand together. Another question for you guys, maybe Danny can answer this. How has this resistance impacted the community in terms of resources and day-to-day life?
I would say it impacted the community in a very heartful and loving way, because whenever Standing Rock, gave the call out to help, or for people to come help and let everyone know what was going to happen up here with the pipeline going through the sacred water, people answered. People came here. People came here in prayer. People came here to help defend the water, and not only the water, to come here and to learn our ways. The indigenous Lakota ways up here, which we value so much. It's something that we have left. It's something that is part of us to continue to keep going as people, as Lakota people. And also they're learning that around us are burial sites. And people just don't disturb burial sites on a day-to-day basis. So this shows what greed and money could really do to a person, and the disrespect that comes with it.
Okay. And then there's another question here from James Madigan that I'm going to take. What would it take to hash things out with the representatives of the Standing Rock tribe? That what you mean by that, James, is you want to know what it would take for us to work with the Dakota Access Pipeline employees and with Energy Transfer Partners. We've been trying to work with them for almost 2 years to see if we can get something taken care of where they will start acknowledging our treaty rights, where they'll start acknowledging our indigenous land rights, and they have yet to step up and acknowledge what it is that we're saying. We are a sovereign nation. We are separate entirely from the United States of America. We have our own government, we have our own people, and we have our own language and cultures to protect, just like America does. So what would it take? It would take an entire, educational process for them to understand that what it is we are doing is representing ourselves and representing our lands and our history. I have another question here that's coming from Tom Millman. What about these county police forces that have invaded federal land, the sacred burial ground, and set up boundaries with weapons? How do you guys feel about that?
I personally feel violated. I feel as if the corporations of the United States have almost decided to rape us. Rape culture is obviously a very big part of American culture in general, and what we're seeing here is a direct reflection of what is being inflicted on many of the women in U.S. history that have been inflicted on the women in U.S. history for over the past 200 years.
Okay, and from Doug Williams, has there been any assistance in any way from the government, or has it been all private citizens?
It's been all private citizens.
Yeah, we have had everything that we receive is completely on behalf of your donations and the prayers and the love that's sent from the people back home.
Okay, another one here from Renee Dodson Stevenson. Can the UN be called in to defend the peaceful protectors? You want me to answer this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just going to tell you right now that the UN actually invited LaDonna Allard, who started the Sacred Stone Camp. She actually went to the UN, and she sat, and actually when she was there, she was the first person to invoke indigenous treaty rights. She was the first person to ever say, hey, we need your support and we need you to come. We've had UN representatives that have come here. We've had witnesses that have come, but unfortunately, they come in between these major actions where a lot of people get hurt. So we had people come after the 27th when they bulldozed sacred grounds, and we had them come again a little bit later before we had the major issue on Sunday. So, okay, so for anybody that's watching, my name is Erin Wise. I represent the International Indigenous Youth Council. I'm also the media coordinator for Sacred Stone Camp. I'm standing here with my brothers, Danny Grassrope and Tomas Lopez, and we also have Marcia, who is here helping us translate, and she's fantastic. So here are some more questions. We have Josephine Austin. Have they started work on this pipeline?
Yes, majority of this pipeline has already been in place. They've been working overtime and really been putting the workload on the people who are building this. I can guarantee you that this pipeline is not being built properly. It is not being built safely. It is being built with the intent of meeting a deadline and saving money. The head of this corporation is money. Everything behind this goes directly to money. They do not have any concern of the well-being of the people. They do not have any concern of the well-being of the U.S. people or indigenous people.
Okay, and then can you guys tell me how many people do you think are here right now that have given up their jobs? This question from Pete Sullivan says, are people losing their jobs in doing this by coming to Standing Rock? Can you guys just give them an idea?
There's a lot of people here right now. I couldn't say the exact number. Roughly, as my eyes can see, I would say there was about at least between 25 to 4,000, maybe even 6,000 people. I'm not too sure, but that's just for what I can see. That's just an estimate of me. It's not really. I don't know.
Okay, so for people that don't know what's going on or why we're here, I'm just gonna tell you quickly. This past Sunday night, we actually had people that were going to the Blackwater Bridge, which is just north of camp, who wanted to remove a police-made barricade. There was vehicles that were chained together that had been burned on the 27th of October, and the police chained them together to prevent us from going north on Highway 1806. What this does is it reroutes traffic, local traffic, to Highway 6, which is about a 30-minute round trip away from where it is that we need to go. What happened when we tried to remove these barricades to open lines of communication and also the highway so we could get emergency medical services here if needed. The police showed up in militarized force. They brought water cannons, they brought tear gas, they brought mace, they brought percussion grenades. I'm trying to think of all the things that they brought. And they essentially aimed them all at the protectors during 25-degree weather. The water was freezing on contact. All of the people that were coming back from the bridge actually had icicles on their face. One woman is undergoing recovery surgery right now. We're really hoping that Sophia Wolanski's arm recovers, but a percussion grenade was shot directly at her. They were targeting women that day, and she had her forearm essentially blown off by the police, who are telling us that it was our fault, that we had propane bottles that we were throwing at the police, which is not true because we are unarmed protectors. The question we have here is from Randy Shugs. You guys, what difference, if any, has this stance made? Do you want to tell people why it's important that we stand?
It is important to stand as a people to show that environmental resources are of the utmost importance. Particularly water is of the utmost importance. People believe that the war on oil is an ugly war. If you think that the war on oil is an ugly war, just wait till you see the war on water. The war on water will be one of the most disturbing wars you ever see. So we need to protect it now and ensure that the next 7 generations have clean drinking water in their homes.
Okay, this next one is from Joanne Guerrero-Jorgalos. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. Didn't the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers identify alternative and legitimate plans for this pipeline? What happened to that? Joanne, there was a suggestion that we reroute this pipeline, but if this pipeline was to leave Standing Rock, it would affect and impact a different community. Our goal is that the water is not challenged or hurt anywhere else. Next question coming from Melanie Proctor-Wiebert. How can we donate? You can go to sacredstonecamp.org/FAQ. There are donation sites there. You can also donate to the Youth Council at www.gofundme.com/no-dapl, DAPL-winter. You can also look up Ocheti Shakowing Camp and donate that way as well, or donate to Red Warrior Camp. Then this is going to be just one more thing so you guys know. This here is Tomas Lopez, and then this here is Daniel Grassrope, and I'm sorry, we have time for one more question. Does it appear that they are still drilling at this moment?
Yes, the drill pad has been set up, and the pipeline has made it all the way to the Missouri River. Despite the Army Corps' warnings to the Dakota Access Pipeline to stop, they have continued to do so and will continue to do so, whether the Army Corps says they can or cannot. You are looking at a $1 trillion company that does not care about governmental rights, that does not care about human rights, and will do whatever they want to do.
Okay, and then we'll just take one more question. Have you seen members of the U.S. Armed Forces who are coming to protect you, the water protectors, as seen on Facebook? That's coming from Linda Slater-Gilbert.
Yes, we have seen some officials come. We've actually had up to, I believe, 5 police officers that originally had joined the Morton County Sheriff, quit their department, turn in their badge, and join us here at Standing Rock because they know that in their hearts what's right is right, and they do not want to be on the wrong side of history.
Okay. Just want to say thank you to everybody that watched. Thank you for everybody that continues to stand with Standing Rock. And we just want to say that we love you. We hope that you guys all can come stand with us, and we appreciate